You know, you've made it as an author when you receive fake reviews on your books. Hello everyone, author Tillery here, the mistress of horror, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, but you press that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos. This is a bonus video for this month, obviously, because it's coming out on Saturday. And I upload videos on Sunday when it's part of the schedule that was planned. But I had something to say. I'm a Sagittarius and I'm direct. You know those videos that go around where they're saying, like, I'm this sign and blah, blah, blah. I really need to do one of those. Today's video, if you could not tell from the title, is Should Authors Read Their Reviews? I'm sure if you've been around the author community or booktube even, you might have heard of this discussion where some authors are more like, I don't read my reviews, and there's even a thing that is actually a thing in the author community where you should not read your book reviews. For me, for one, I'm going to call malarkey because at some point you're probably going to at least glance a view or some views, depending on how long you've been an author. Some people avoid reviews because they don't want to get any kind of feels for them. Now, as I did mention at the beginning of this video, that I'm a Sagittarius. I don't really have many feelings about what someone would feel about my book or writing. That is personally myself. Because I told the story I wanted to tell, or in the case of what I'm going to discuss today, poetry, I write my poetry the way I write it. And it is me and is what it is. So everyone has their opinions, which don't amount to very much. It's just an opinion which is only based for you yourself. So you're allowed to have it because it's only for you yourself. Again, should writers, authors read their reviews? You have to decide that for yourself. Really, that's the only answer I can give you. Personally, I do at times come across my book reviews because it's going to happen. Because as authors, especially indie authors, we are in charge of all the small details of our books. Meaning, when we check numbers and when we check KDP and or directly on Amazon number as far as book placement, where we are in our categories, we may come across reviews because they generally are on the same page. Also, at the top of the page on, let's say, your book, there's star ratings, and the star ratings show right next to the book. So you're going to notice your star rating right away. So does everyone else. And people who come to the book could click that right there and go directly to the reviews. Amazon, we get more of a good look when we have reviews. You know what I mean? Now, to the other portion of this topic, one of the things I definitely recommend after such a thing happened, and there's something, a little bit of tea happened to me. If anyone follows my Instagram or my thread, they'll see that I made some little comments as of late, as of 2 days ago even, about getting fake reviews. I say, yes, check your reviews. You do not have to read the entirety of the review. If it's a feel-good review and it's going to make you feel good, then go for it. If you feel that the review is going to make you feel bad, then maybe avoid it. If you think it's a review that's going to enhance your writing, if that's how you feel about it, then you should go ahead and read it. Again, some authors decide not to read any reviews, but in my case, I do at some point come across reviews. I'm just glad someone took the time to read my book. But what if someone leaves a review and they didn't read your book? Oh my. It seems that there's someone's broken guidelines. Well, that can't be right because people always do the right thing. Oh, wait. What happened a couple days ago is that I was brought to my attention that I had a review on my Thorns of My Heart poetry, dark romance poetry collection. And I'm like, wow, a review already. I didn't send out any arcs of this particular book because it's my poetry book, and the way I released it, I didn't do arcs. So it couldn't really be any early reviews, could it? No, I would imagine not. Technically, it wouldn't be considered early if you have, purchased an ebook copy of Thorn to My Heart because the ebook copy came out on February the 28th. The paperback did not release until the middle of the night on the 3rd, which was a Sunday. And then, so technically, the release date was Monday, which that's what I was telling everyone before they just released it early. This particular review was made on March 4th, the very day the paperback released. Well, that means the person that must have left this review would have had to have an ebook copy, correct? Let everyone get on their detective hats now. We're going to get on our detective hats. You ready? Got your detective hat on? I always wear my detective hat. I'm a Sagittarius. So this is where it gets good. So I'm about to head to work and I see that there's a 3-star review. And I'm like, wow, well, 3 stars isn't bad. That's not bad at all. They liked it somewhat, maybe not all the way, but that's fine. Nothing needs a perfect score. So, I just go check where the placement of it is that my book would be in the poetry anthology. So I just so happen to scroll down a little. And the first few lines of this review kind of went off topic. It was wasn't much very much about the book at all. It was mostly about an attack, personal attack on myself. Imagine that. Imagine my surprise. Because I'm quite sure that Amazon doesn't sell people because it's illegal. I mean, they do sell everything else under the sun, but I'm quite sure it's illegal to sell any person. So you can't leave a review about a person, right? Okay, I'm just checking. We got our detective hats on. So, that being the case, the review should have been on topic, right, about the book. But I suppose if you didn't read the book, then clearly you wouldn't be able to do that. So, I went over the review really quickly, and I'm like, this person talks a lot. When people talk a lot, like that person that's in hold up, and the cops are questioning them, and then they keep running their mouths, giving everything away. That was this person. So in the middle of the review, they say, well, for reference, a friend sent me a copy of the book, and then goes on to bring up that I'm from Maryland and that I was trying to get my name out there. I don't remember ever saying that, but I suppose you're an author. Your name is going to be getting out there, but okay. A friend send you the book. What friend would that be? I have access to all the numbers of my book. Only 2 ebook copies sold of my book on the day of launch. And I know who has those copies. One is one of my favorite people on AuthorTube, E.D. Lewis. And the other was in one of the Kindles in my house. Because my family loves to support me, so they always read what I put out. Only 2 copies. So, just being a detective, I just, make sure I ask ED, did you by chance gift a copy of the book to someone? Though I would have had a 3rd book sold if it had been one gifted. And he's like, no, I did not. I said, oh, okay. So the person who left the review automatically caught in a lie. You actually never read my book. So how are you leaving a review? Oh, that's right, you're not. So, you know what happens to fake reviews, right? It's against Amazon policy. So your whole schmeal, this is like a fake account, obviously. Someone made an account very specifically to target my book, but didn't have the guts enough to give it 2 stars or 1 star. Didn't want to look too suspicious, trying to act like I'm trying to be helpful, but I'm going to insult the author through the entire review. I wonder if it's someone in the actual writing community, since the fake name was Ghostwriter. I wonder, because this person seems to knew that I was a goth. Also, about something pertaining to my persona. It's just me. So on my YouTube channel. So it's someone who stalks. I'm gonna say stalk my YouTube channel. You know that moment when someone with a lower IQ than yours attempts to pretend to outsmart? That moment occurred like big time here. Should authors read their reviews? Well, if this sort of thing could happen to you, like it happened to me, then I would suggest possibly at least glancing over some of your reviews, because you never know when something trashy like this review is sitting on your book. And people will read this, and some people listen to others without thinking, and what follows suit. To say the least, the review is pathetic and sad. And it's so sad that someone took the time to write something that is worthless. Like, and I'm going to say as worthless as them, because why would you do that? Why would you take time out of your life to be so negative? Why would you take time out of your life to lie to everyone, for everyone to read? It's so sad. Like, this person is so sad. That did my shine bother you so much that you forgot to put your shades on, that your eyes, your retinas got burned, so you felt that you had to do something else in order to try to throw me shade? Shade doesn't work on me. I'm like the sun. But I digress. Either way, poison such as this could happen to any author. So it begs the word, should we check behind some of our reviews? It's not going to hurt to glance them. You don't have to get in depth, but these type of things could occur, and these type of things could bring your book down, because that person left a 3 star review. Granted, 3 stars isn't bad, but they didn't even read my book, but felt that they could put my book down, my poetry down, my person down, because they're jealous. Maybe they clearly know who I am, and if they think I don't know who they are, they're mistaken. But nonetheless, that's the only energy that will receive, because since it's all fake, fake people will fake. And not knowing me, and at my 40 years of life, I've dealt with a lot of fake people. I know them and see them coming a mile away. So, what's your take? Do you think maybe authors should check their reviews, especially indie authors, or maybe any author, because there are people that dislike people for no reason? They just don't like you, or they're jealous of you. It could be any reason at all, honestly. And I don't think it's fair to an author to have to suffer a bad rating, a bad fake review, because of someone's personal feelings about themselves. That's just my take on that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you, are you an author? Do you read your reviews? Are you against reading your reviews? What's your take on this situation if someone left you a fake review? And if you don't have a copy of my new poetry book, Thorns of My Heart, a dark romance poetry collection, then go check it out. It's available for ebook and paperback. And honestly, I could use some honest reviews. I know some are coming from some of the people who actually read the book and are actually almost done. So that would be great. I love honest reviews, real reviews, and not just from people who are jealous of me and can't stand to see anyone else flourish in who they are. Some sad, sad people out here. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Stay scared.